And welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Awakening. I'm by myself for this time, but I deserve to give an explanation for lack of updates. This is entirely post-commentated. This because problems actually occurred with this specific episode. This is the Divine Dragon Grounds. The reason why this hasn't been updated for quite a while was because I had to post-commentate this. There's no one else to really post-commentate with me, and I kind of wanted to do it on my own anyway. Because I didn't want to have anyone sit through 30 minutes of just not even me playing the game happening. But the reason... I'm trying to think. Words are hard. So what I did was double up the speed and just talk about what's been going on for this entire map and what's been going on with the Let's Play in general. So the point of this map is Tiki is trying to draw the Divine Dragon's power so that she may be able to help Crom and his merry band. So, and to try to stop them, the Arisen have come to basically kill the voice of Naga, which is Tiki. Now, the best strategy to form with this map in particular is to form a wall around Tiki to prevent any of the Falcon Knights, Wyvern Lords, and Griffin Riders from reaching Tiki. I believe in Lunatic or Lunatic Plus, some of them will have pass, so they can overpass you and immediately have a straight shot towards Tiki. Tiki is not the most defensive thing out in the world. I mean, she has 17 defense, so that's the good thing, and none of the enemies have like anything like super death-defying, like the bolt axe or something. They all have either silver lances, tomahawks, and spears. Also silver axes. I forgot about that. So you want to form a wall that's about two spaces away from her on all sides, like left, right, and bottom. So as long as you can do that, you'll be perfectly fine. Generally, having sorties will be probably your only best bet. If you can, have some axes, like I have Chris as the Wyvern Lord over there. And then everyone else is sortie or magic user. Oh, he also does Lissa. I forgot Lissa uses an axe. Also, I'm still recovering a bit from a little bit of a cold. So this is the main reason why the series is going, because this whole spiel in general. But I will say the rest of the series is rendered, edited, except for 2 maps. Actually, yeah, except for 2 maps that need to be fixed. Actually, no, just 1 right now. Yeah, 2 maps that need to be edited. And I should be able to get that in there within the time frame. Because once this goes up, all the other episodes are going to start following suit. Undertale has been... I've also been kind of lagging on that one because what's been going on with the videos there, like the sun stopping, like the sun video freeze. And that's something that bothers me as well. It's not something I can fix either. It's actually like the video recording. I don't know what was going on with it. Which I hope doesn't end up being the same thing with future projects, which is basically Final Fantasy 3, 5, and 7. I'm going to do 7. I've never played Final Fantasy 7 in my life. I think I've made it about halfway through Disc 1. And I believe that was the point of getting Sid. If you're watching this, hoping not to hear Final Fantasy 7 spoilers, because probably people haven't played it and want to. There's a Sid in every Final Fantasy game, you should know this by now. Also, the game is like almost 2 decades old now. I think if you haven't played it and wanted to play it, it's kind of your own fault for not playing it yet. But yeah, I'm going to be playing the PC versions of Final Fantasy 5, 3, and 7. So, and I want to feel like I can record those games without the game just suddenly having the same issue that Undertale did with just the freeze frame that occurred. But I'm also gonna have music playing in the background for this, just to have the mood setting of the map. Because there isn't really much to talk about with this map. It's kind of just form a wall and just let the enemies all come to you. That's really all you can do. Especially if you want to keep the enemies from reaching Tiki in the first place. I'll also talk about Tiki. Tiki works the exact same way as Na is. Except, I think Tiki has higher stats than Noe. Probably from just being a general different character overall. Like, she'll probably have, I think she has overall better strength and defense than Noe. That or it's all the same and I'm just not paying attention. I'll probably have to put them side by side just to compare them, and also throw in Na in the mix just to see who's the better Manakee. Although Na probably would immediately throw that out of the water because Na is a child unit, and child units are broken in this game, which isn't really a problem. I'm actually fine with the children units. I like how Chrom keeps getting critical hits every single time throughout this entire map. It just keeps happening. There just bops them over the head and they instantly die. So, but the main thing here is that I wanted to apologize for having Fire Emblem Awakening sit on the sidelines for basically an entire year. It really hasn't gone anywhere for an entire year. Okay, it actually has. Like, I started it back in November, like around shortly after my visit from my girlfriend Lexi's house in October last year. Okay, more like, it's considered a year ago, because 2014, well, 2015 was only like a week ago, so it only makes sense. But oh boy. But the big thing here is that I've been wanting to get this. I want to get Fire Emblem on the roll again. So what me and my friends ended up doing was completely finishing up the series, like wrapping it up. There's going to be a total of like at most 100 videos. Like 2 videos are dedicated to the final chapter. There's going to be 2 videos dedicated to Apotheosis, because Apotheosis is huge, and there's going to be 2 recording sessions in itself. I mean, I'll probably split the Apotheosis maps like in half, like go through half of it, stop the recording, and then continue on afterwards. Because Apotheosis is one of the toughest maps in the game. And yes, I have gotten or grinded everyone up to their max level, gave them their right class, their right skills, and also gave them limit breakers, 24 that are going to have it. I have Chris, Lexi, and Sabria with their, like, I had to rebuy them back because one map, the 5-mana firefight, Lexi died. So, and Sabria died as well, so I had to buy them back. Kill off Chris, buy him back. I actually never saved them the entire run, so I just bought one of their previous files that I basically ran the same type of unit on them. Like Sabria as a sage, and then turned into a bride. So I quickly went through her with Sorcerer to give her Vengeance and switch it back to Bride. Chris, all I had to do was just run him through Swordmaster and then turn him into Dreadfighter. And Lexi was a Swordmaster, so there wasn't really much I could do there. But other than that took like about a week to do. Like, I love this game to pieces, but if you're wanting to do Apotheosis or like the higher DLC maps, like Future Past, actually not even Future Past, the challenge maps, I almost do recommend, if you're doing it on the higher difficulties like Mythic or even Hard Mode, to make sure you have everyone max statted, or even give them the Limit Breaker skill to make it just as easy. Like, it's doable without Limit Breaker. It's just really hard and micromanaging everyone's health. Also, I kind of need people with the, well, that can fly, because the 5-man firefight, you need flyers. You need them to take out the ones that you can't get with all your foot units or horse units, because there's lava, and lava you can't walk across. So you need a flyer to make sure you have to, like, you need like 2 or 3 flyers to ensure that, hey, you can win and not lose any of the Annas, because the main goal of the challenge maps is to make sure you can do it in a flawless way. Like, get it done either as fast as possible, or if you need to take it slow, make sure that you're still doing it within the time frame. Which I could talk about the challenge maps for a little bit while I was just going through. The challenge maps consist of a special challenge to complete, to actually have the good ending to the map. Oh, excuse me. Now, Death's Embrace. Sorry. Death's Embrace. That one is a hard one, because the entire map is floored with spikes. And at the beginning of every turn, every one of your turns, the spikes will drain everyone, including enemies' health who are standing on the spikes, to 1 HP. Now, that's a good and bad thing at the same time, because a lot of the enemies that are mainly floored on these spikes have Vengeance on them and a really high hit rate. And if you only bring, like, what I believe I'm doing is only like 2 or 3, like 3 healers, then that's gonna be a problem, because you need to make sure all of them have Fortify, or at least a Physics staff, to make sure that everyone is recovered to full HP there that has landed on the spikes. And I believe the goal is to beat the map within, I think, 7 turns. It's between 7 and 10. And when you do that, the map's over. It's basically beat the boss, beat up all the enemies, and beat the Super Risen. And the map's over. Hooray! Now, the 5-man firefight is different. There are 5 Annas, each with only 60 HP, max 20 stats across the board, and are stuck at the other end of the map, of a lava map, with Risen trying to kill them. The goal is to make sure that none of the Annas die, and that will gain you the other Inheritor card of Catria. Also, I forgot to mention, Death's Embrace gives you Est as an inheritor card. And that one is hard because if you're only using floored units, you wouldn't be able to do as much. Like, you have to deal with, like, there's also hazardous lava tiles on the normal path. Like, they'll give you, what is it? They'll take 10 HP away from you every time at the beginning of your turn. So what you would need to do is have some flyers to take out the enemies that are on the left and right islands on the map. And like make sure they have like Gale Force or something, or at least have them paired up with someone that could actually help fight them off. Because I believe all the enemies will have a breaker of some kind, like bow breaker, lance, sword. That doesn't have axe because most of the time you will have a swordie. And that when you do that, hooray, you did it! You can now use or have Katria as an inheritor card. And then the last one, Roster Rescue. Roster Rescue, the whole point of the map is that. I'm also trying to keep watching this timer. Roster Rescue is that the Risen have taken Robin's tome that has all of the information of all your allies, and the Risen know of the embarrassing facts, and I don't know how the heck they're going to report all the embarrassing facts when all they make is just gargly noises. And the job is to make sure you kill all the Super Risen on the map to clear it and gain Pala's inheritor card. Now, that one is actually way easier. It's to kind of have like this little special little fluff text of just everyone kind of reacting to their embarrassing secrets and whatnot. And it's not as hard as you would think it is. I mean, yes, they'll have like Vengeance or like Tavis or something, but it's not impossible. The only hard one really is just 5M firefight. But really, it's not that hard. But as we're nearing the end of this episode, I'm gonna say I apologize for the wait for Awakening, for those of you who still watch, and for those who are watching, thank you very much, and I hope you all have a good day. And I'll see you for live commentary, because I know trying to produce regular commentary is hard for me. So see you all then.